Today we're talking about all things classes of hair loss. Let's go. I'm Dr. Parsa Mohebi, a hair transplant surgeon based on Los Angeles and San Francisco. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the classes of hair loss, mostly male pattern and female pattern hair loss, and what you need to do when you know your classes. Class 1 and 2 of hair loss are basically something that we often see in almost every man when they go past their early 20s and late 20s. They should have maturation of hairline where the hairline goes up a little bit in front, the corners go a little more back, so we see this V-shaped pattern. I don't even know class 1 and 2 as hair loss. If a person comes to my office, say I have class 2 of hair loss and I want to have a hair restoration, the answer is no, because they're probably experiencing just maturation of hairline, the change of hairline from the juvenile hairline when the corners are closed like a female hairline and going a little bit higher, the corners go a little bit more steep, and that's perfectly normal for a man with no hair loss at all. Class 3 in Norwood classification of hair loss is when men are losing the corners a little bit. So the corner go back from a mature hairline. Let's look at the website and see where we are. So if you go here and click on class 3, you see all patients who have this particular condition. So most of these people are having just the corners going back. For example, this gentleman, if you look at this picture, you see the corner is going back. That's all he has. Sometimes the temporal points is missing too. So this is another patient that has a class 3. You see the whole front and corners are thinning. The hairline is evenly going back a little bit. That's another type that we can see class 3. A small area of hair loss, and usually they get treated with one small procedure, hair transplant, with nice and solid hairline. So class 4 of hair loss, when the patients are losing the front and corner a little bit and then a little bit thinning on the crown. So they still have a lot of hair in between, but the front is gone, the crown is gone. Let's check it on the website. Class 4. Let's find a good example of somebody with class 4. So all of these people, if you click on them, you can see they have class 4 of hair loss. Let's click on this one. So see from different angles, the front and corners are gone all the way up to that area. But when you go to the back, also you see the crown is thinning too. So this is not as much showing the thinning, but most people have like a balding patch even on the crown. So that's what we expect to see in class 4 of hair loss. Class 5 of hair loss is when patient is losing hair in front and the crown, and these two parts are being connected. So basically this whole top is missing, front and top, and sometimes there is front and then crown that the bridge between them are becoming very narrow. So this is an example of class 5. This is a patient that, as you can see, the front is gone all the way up to the top and the crown is also missing. So he still have plenty of hair on the back and sides, and the edges are going all the way up. So it's now wide on the top, but he has like the whole front, top, and a little bit of the crown exposed. Class 6 on Norwood scale is when the front, top, and crown are gone and this area is becoming wider. So basically similar to class 5, but a little bit wider, more baldness, and less of a side hair. So this is going down, this is becoming bigger. This is an example. Let's look at it from different angles. So we see the front and corners. These are before procedure. This is a good picture that we can see. So you see the whole top and front is gone and there's not much hair there. And the edges are pretty much like going down a little bit more compared to class 5. Class 7 on the Norwood scale is when the front, top, and crown are bald and this edge of the hair gone as low as possible. Sometimes we see people coming just with the rim of hair on the scalp. These are people who have a big recipient area, big area of baldness that needs to be transplanted, and a small donor area. So I always say class 7 are people who have donor recipient mismatch, meaning the small donor, a small reserve of hair, and a big demand that sometimes does not get enough hair from the back of the scalp. We need to do harvest hair from other areas like beard and body. So this is an example. This is not probably in the most typical class 7, but you can see how wide this area is. And on the back, it may even people may look like they have enough hair, but when we do microscopic evaluation, we see on the 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter on top, they have significant miniaturization, meaning that they are not looking like class 7, but they are class 7. So we cannot use that upper edge because eventually they're going to lose it. I hope I was able to answer your questions about classes of hair loss. If you have more questions, you can go to our website, check our photo galleries that we have on the side. We have all classes. You can click on them and see the classes before and after picture of the hair restoration. And also you can check our YouTube channel and our social media if you want to see what's new in the field of hair restoration.